Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. For our newest installment, we have Top 10 Video Games, according to me. Go ahead and grab your favorite snack, sit back and relax, because we're about to go on an adventure. First up on the list is Quest for Glory. As a young lad of 7, my uncle introduced our family to this fantastical series. This is truly the first PC game I ever loved. I have fond memories of my friend wanting to play this just to talk with the lady in the lake. She would always kill him, but he didn't seem to mind for some reason. Me, personally, I was just happy killing goblins. That might explain why some of the other games on this list made my top 10. At number 9, we have the most recent game on this list with Elden Ring. Elden Ring, simply put, is a masterpiece. I spent many wonderful hours exploring this world. The challenge of combat was, as Goldilocks says, just right. For my first character, I chose to go with Strength Intelligence build, and I felt just like Gandalf on the top of Minas Tirith, battling the hordes of hell. Through an epic quest, I was able to get a Wolfman sword, and it propelled me to fell the great Elden Beast. At lucky number 8, we have another nostalgia pick for me. But thanks to Square Enix, I get to relive that nostalgia every couple years with their new installments of Dragon Quest. The first Dragon Quest, also known as Dragon Warrior, will always hold a special place in my heart. I vividly remember playing this on my Game Boy anytime our family would go on vacation, and I would be stuck in the car for hours. Poor me. I just loved being able to adventure through this world all by myself. The more recent Dragon Quests have added party members, but it's okay because I tell them the same thing I tell my kids. It's your life. Do what you want. Number 7 on the list is going to take a detour from the RPG genre with CounterStrike 1.6. CS 1.6 is my favorite competitive shooter of all time. I would get a tickle down my pickle every time I saw the headshot icon show up in the top right of the screen. We had a dedicated server we would play on called House of Bomb, and it would track the top players by their kill to death ratio. I was a decent player, but I had a trick to log in early before school when all the noobs were playing, and I would farm them until my mom would yell at me to go to school. We even formed a team to play in the Cal Open League. We famously had to stall a match because half our team still had to download the map. We were real professionals. At number 6 on the list, Rocket League is how I get my competitive fix nowadays. I just love getting together with my 3 squad and get consistently rolled by 10-year-olds that don't even wipe their own butts yet. Hitting an insane shot in Rocket League is like when I was a 10-year-old and I landed my first kickflip skateboarding. It is such an exhilarating feeling. I'm closing in on 2,000 hours played, and we've made steady progress, but we just can't seem to get that glorious Grand Champion title. One day, me and the boys will be like Rocky, and we'll make it to the top of those stairs. Yo, Adrian! We did it! With number 5, it's time to get back to the RPGs, baby. We have Path of Exile. I have been playing Path of Exile since its open beta, and I have done countless playthroughs and builds. PoE is the best action role-playing game for customizing your character. My friends have coined the term cam build for me because my builds are all so uniquely shitty. Another fun part of Path of Exile is that you can do pretty much any name for your character. I say pretty much because my friend actually got his name changed for insinuating a prominent member of the community was attracted to young boys. One league, me and the boys did a secret Santa where we made special builds for each other, and then we posted it on the public forums. It was a wild ride. At number 4, we have Diablo II, the game that inspired Path of Exile and edges it out just barely in my rankings. Diablo II was truly a game ahead of its time. With the recent remaster to the game, you can enjoy Diablo II for years to come. Diablo II has the most addicting loot acquisition of any game I've ever played. When I play Diablo II, I'm like my friend that kisses me all the time. We just can't get enough. My current favorite build is a Frozen Orb Energy Shield Sorceress. I feel just like Gandalf on the bridge of Khazad-dûm, force projecting energy to save my life. I may or may not even have a video in the works about Diablo 2, so stay a while. At number 3, we have the game that created the MOBA genre, Defense of the Ancients. I don't even know how much time I put into Dota 1, but I do know I'm 2,300 hours into Dota 2 alone. Dota was the game you were not expecting. It was so good, me and the boys decided to dust off our CS 1.6 streams and we joined the Dota Cal Open League. We got destroyed almost every game, but there was one fine moment that I'll never forget. Our absolutely most potato boy had the play of his life when he got a full team wipe with a devastating, earth-shaking Echo Slam. Nowadays, we're old boomers and we play unranked ability draft, but we're still having the time of our lives. Not only does Dota make my list at number 3, but I would also like to include all custom games from Warcraft 3. Some of my fondest memories in life are having LAN parties with the boys and trying to escape gay space. If anyone knows me, they probably already know my last 2 games and are waiting with bated breath to see how it all plays out. But first, I would like to go over my honorable mentions. These are games that I love, but just couldn't crack into the top 10. We have Halo 1, Super Mario Land 2, Divinity Original Sin 2, Baldur's Gate 3, Mario 64, and Legend of Zelda. Alright, enough stalling. Number 2 on the list goes to World of Warcraft. I may have put more time into World of Warcraft than any other game I've ever played. There are countless stories I could share across a multitude of variations of WoW, but instead of regaling you with all my glorious tales, I think I'll read you a post from our infamous guild website to give you a taste of what it was like. November 26, 2012. Some lesser men may have looked at last night's raid and said, "Is this even happening? Where is our trusted main tank Pretty Panda that knows all the fights? Am I actually straight?" But the Rainbow said, "No way, straight boys, we got this." Man Kisser says, "I'll main tank like a pimp." RD says, "Get that perp D up on this puffy muff, 'cause I'm a off tank like a big boy bumping balls on walls." Sure, we stumbled along the way. Blade goes link dead first 4 attempts in a row. No one knows how to play the game, but once again the Rainbows could not be stopped. And at number 1, we have EverQuest, the game that ruined my life in the 8th grade. No experience in my life has ever been able to compare to the first time I set foot in Norath. Everything else in my life since that moment has felt trivial. EverQuest is the most nostalgic game for me, and the music brings a tear to my eye. I remember fondly my first character, Hot Mama, our barbarian shaman, and my gnomish magician, Little Fanny. Countless hours spent playing with friends, ridding the Feydark of the ever-present orcs, or going beyond the plains with a host of heroes at your side. Staying up way too late to play with the boys, but it was always worth it because of the beautiful memories we made together. Thank you for joining me on this adventure through my top 10 video games of all time. Please let me know in the comments what your top 10 games are, and if you really know me, try to tell me the ones I missed for myself. Until next time, cutie pies.